Hello everybody and welcome to the Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Gardens. My name is Cecil Jackson. I'm the elephant manager, and this gentleman standing 6 foot away from me behind me is one of my elephant keepers. This is Matt. Hey, we know everybody's all tied up at home and can't come to the zoo, so we thought we'd bring the zoo to you. So today we're going to talk a little bit about our elephants. These are Asian elephants. So and the Mai Tai, she's 14 years old. These are Asian elephants, and you can tell they're Asian by the size of their ears. Because their ears are much larger. The African elephant has way back where the Asian elephant does not. You'll notice on the very end of the trunk, Matt is throwing some treats out there for the elephants. They have one finger-like lip on the end of their finger, they can grab and hold on, where African elephants have two. So you know what? There's all these great fun facts about elephants. So the education department decided to send me, the elephant manager of the zoo, some fun facts. And I'm thinking, hey, dude, I can tell you his nose. For example, trunk like this. She'll go flip, 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 making a noise. Dottie will blow, and Shotzi will squeak. And every once in a while, out of the blue, Sabu just will trumpet for no reason. These are cool, fun facts that we do. Every day we come in to take care of these elephants. Nothing has changed for us except for we still have to work here at the zoo and take care of the elephants. We love to do. So every morning, we all bath today, and we check their body, their teeth. We look at your teeth. Johnny's over here. Some of the facts here sent me. Oh, does anybody know what poop? Well, I know what poop paper is, and they sell it. It's made from elephant dung. That's what it's made from. Evidently, people buy this for gifts. My birthday. What about you, Angela? Okay. Our elephants do about 100 pounds of manure a day. That's how much we pick up and throw away. That's a lot of poop. So I'm sure we can. Yes. Okay. When it's hot and you're at home, one of the fun facts is you get to hang out in the air condition. Well, what do elephants? They fan their ears. That's what keeps them like to go to the pool. They fan. They keep their body cool. It's a 500-pound log. Matt just threw that on the ground. They have 4 teeth called molars, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. They shed their teeth 6 times their lifetime. A molar can weigh up to almost 3 pounds. Let's see.
They're having a hard time hearing you, so if just talk towards the camera and you'll be good.
So you're having a hard time hearing me, okay? Oh, by the way, I have a big shout out for a couple friends of mine, Magnolia and Vidalia. Hi, girls. How you doing? So let's see. Drinking water. I get this question asked a lot. How much water can an elephant suck up in their trunk? Well, look how long the trunk is. So if Shotzi was to suck up water out of a bucket, she could probably do about 2.5 to 3 gallons and then blow it back in her mouth or blow it on top of her. She's wet today because she's already playing in the mud today. So they're getting out here and they're acting just like it's summer. It's great weather, and hopefully it's just going to get better and better. So elephants can drink up to 50 gallons of water. Just think about how that's like your bathtub. Let's see some more fun facts here. They are vegetarians. That's true. They eat. That's corn right there that Shotzi's getting. But as you can see, they're having a good time just hanging out right here with us. This is something we do every day for the public to come and see and talk about the elephants. So don't forget to come by after the zoo's back up and running at 9:15 every day. We do a public bath for the elephants, and you all can see that and have a good time. Other than that, that's all we got. How about it, Matt? You got anybody you want to shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to my cousins, Adri, Ellie, Claudia, and Josh. And also my friends and family watching also.
Sweet.
And we have a question from Lyle. It's her birthday. She was wondering how much elephants weigh.
Oh, that's a good question. So one of our questions is, how much does an elephant weigh? Well, you look at the three girls, they're all different. Let's start with the girl in the middle. She weighs 9,300 pounds. And then Mai Tai over there weighs 8,100. And then Jody weighs 7,800. And our bull Sabu weighs 10,005. So each elephant's different. Any other questions? We're ready for questions, huh? What is that?
Sadie wants to know, do they spray water from their trunks?
Yes. They spray water at their from their trunks. They spray it on themselves. Sometimes they spray it on us. But yes, that's one way they cool down, or when they're playing in the water. Sometimes they like to stick their trunk in the bowls of the drinking waters inside and just blow bubbles. It is really funny because elephants like to occupy their own selves doing things.
A lot of people are asking why their trunks are so long.
Well, their trunks are so long because in the wild, this is how they take and eat, and they got to reach up and pull the bark from the trees. They're browsers, so they got to be able to reach the trees and the limbs. Elephants have been known to stand on their hind legs and pull down, and you'll notice the barrels and some of the stuff that hangs up. Matt's getting ready to let down a couple barrels so they can see. Go ahead and do that for them, Matt, and you can watch. They might go over and start doing this, but they use that trunk to reach up and pull their food. That's just a natural behavior for them. Come on down a little further, Matt. There you go. That's good. But you see all those high stuff, that's what we put all of our enrichment in, and they use their trunks to pull it out.
And they're wondering if you could repeat just a couple of those fun facts in case they couldn't hear because of the microphone.
Well, a couple of fun facts was, do we know what poop paper's made of? It's made from manure from the elephants. And we have a ton of it because we go through about 1,500 pounds of that a day. And you could purchase this at the gift shop. Playing in the water. Like for example, we talked about if you're in an air condition and it's really, that's how you stay cool. The elephants will fan their ears to keep their body cool. And as you can see, they're making their way over toward those barrels right now to lift their trunk up. Let's see, on the end of the trunk, the elephants has one finger-like lip where the African elephants have two. This helps them grasp and pick up small things. You can see there, Jody, throw something over there again. Watch Jody use that on her trunk to pick that up. And another cool thing that nobody knows is elephants are right-trunked and left-trunked like we are. If you're right-handed, you write with your right-handed. If you're left-handed, you write with your left-handed. Elephants, if they're left-trunked, they'll reach and grab their food this way, like this. And if they're right-trunked, they'll grab their food this way. So another fun fact that the education department did not know.
Do they have any favorite foods?
Yes, they do. Jody loves broccoli. She is a broccoli hound, man. When it comes to training in the mornings, when we get different foods every day for our animals. But like you see the broccoli, Mai's got it there now. So, and this is what I'm talking about, boys and girls. A big old nice piece of broccoli. Now, you would cook this, but this is actually good for you. But you could eat it raw too. But Jody will grab it right up, watch her. She likes it. So does Shotzi. But yes, they have their favorite foods. And what we usually do is when we're training, we try to keep those favorite foods back so you could kind of like give them as jackpots. You know, they'll eat something they're not really fond of, and all of a sudden then a jackpot will come. It's something they like, and then they'll be like, oh my gosh, when's that going to come again? So
Elijah wants to know how long elephants live.
Oh, that's a real good question, you know, because people get answered all the time about how long the elephants live. A healthy elephant can live 40, 45, 50, 60 years. They are like us. If they're healthy, they live good. If they're not so healthy, sometimes they can pass away at a young age. But most of the time, elephants can live up in their 40s and 50s.
Taylor wants to know who their favorite keeper is.
Well, that is a real good question because we tease about that all the time, and I'll tell you, when you're training, you'll find an elephant that really likes what's going on, and that's how you build that great relationship with your elephant. I've been around the elephants longer than the guys have, and I have a different way of doing things, and I try to get everybody to do the same thing. But you can tell if your elephant likes you or not because they'll work for you when they don't want to work that day for you. It's like they don't care if they work with that person. That's why we try to get everybody to be positive as much as you can in your training. So when you open that door and you say, hey, come here, move up, then that animal's going to come right up. And as you can see today, all these girls like Matt and I would say Matt and I are the best out of all my team. I can say that because the other guys and gals are not here. But anyway, they come right over because they know what's going to happen. They know that we're going to interact with them. See, Jody has not left yet because she knows. And she's giving Matt little telltale signs that I'm ready for something. Watch her flip her ear, or she'll trunk up and she'll throw dirt on her back, or she'll say no, or something like that. And that's signaling Matt that she's doing something and she wants to get a treat for it.
Jody, trunk up. Is Cecil your favorite?
She didn't say nothing, so that means yes. Yeah.
Noah wants to know if they trumpet.
Yes, they do. Now, Sabu and Shotzi will trumpet on command, but the others will not. But when they get excited, like today, Matt and I were moving the elephants, and we opened the door, and I was talking to Shotzi, and Shotzi was rumbling a little bit, and then it got Jody excited, and Jody trumpeted out, and Mai Tai was way out in the yard, and when she heard that, she came running in because she was like, something's going on. It's either, they're going to get something good or something's happening. So they trumpet on their own, but we have two that will trumpet on command.
Tara wants to know what kind of school you need to go to be a keeper.
Well, I'm one of the lucky ones. I didn't have to. I went to high school, graduated from high school, got started here when I was a kid. My father worked here. I'm second generation. I've been here a long, long time. I have some keepers that's, been to college and got degrees. But, the best way to become an elephant keeper is to be able to get around where elephants are being worked so you can get that elephant experience. That's the only thing I can tell you. Keep it up.
We're also getting some questions if they like to swim.
Oh, yes. They love to swim. As soon as the weather, only when the weather, I'm surprised to see Shotzi. Shotzi's got a little wet mud on her today. She loves playing in the mud. She likes throwing it on her back. Why do elephants do that? Well, in the summer times, it keeps them from getting sunburned, and it keeps the flies off of them. So, but when it gets real hot, when the weather starts staying, way up in the 90s, 80s, 90s, they'll go out in the pool and they'll go swimming, clean themselves off, and then they'll come out and throw dirt back on their back. So it's just a natural behavior, but they love to swim.
Let's see here. Morgan wants to know if they're friends with any other animals.
Are they friends with the other animals? That's pretty cool that you say that, because in the wild, they're around other species and stuff. Here at the zoo, they only have their yard. But we have squirrels here that play in the yard with the elephants. We have what's that? Oh, okay. I wasn't going to talk. Matt's trying to get me to go off the education list, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so anyway. But here at the zoo, we have rabbits and ducks and squirrels, and the elephants don't mind them being out there. Now in the wild, you see animals, but in the wild there's a lot of predators and stuff too, so animals kind of hang together in groups and stuff like that.
Gwenny wants to know how long their gestation period is.
Well, for us it's a long time because we're having a hard time with that, but don't joke aside. Come on, Johnny, get pregnant. That's what we want. But anyway, if an elephant gets pregnant, the gestation period is 22 months. And if the baby's born, it can weigh 250 to 300 pounds. So that's a big baby. So we're working on that right now here at Cincinnati Zoo. We keep putting Jody and Sabu together. It may be past the time for them, but in our new facility, more home to roam. We're hoping to work on that, and we have a nice couple babies so people could come to the zoo and see some youngsters. I've been to a lot of zoos and seen a lot of babies. It is the funnest thing watching little baby elephants play together. It really is.
They're wondering like what their personalities are like individually.
That's a real good question. I'm glad you brought that up because elephants are like people. And how they feel, like I'll give you a good example. Mai Tai is very laid back. She's very docile. She loves everybody. She's just that kind of elephant. She's a very friendly elephant. Shotzi is a friendly elephant, but she can get nervous easy. So you have to be careful when you work around her, like, not confuse her. She likes to know what's going on. Jody doesn't care about nothing. She's our dog in here, we call. She's the bully. She likes to bully up, but that's because she's younger and she's trying to become older and she's trying to be the dominant elephant. And our matriarch is Shotzi. And of course, Mai Tai is happy just being Mai Tai. But every once in a while, she goes over and messes with Shotzi, and Shotzi doesn't let her push her around, and then she goes over and picks on poor Mai, and Mai doesn't care about anything. But when she's in with Sabu, Sabu is the top dog. So it's a lot of fun to watch how they all work together.
We have a couple more questions where people are wondering about their teeth and also if they have good eyesight.
Yes, they have good eyesight. If it's, not real far away, but they see things, What they get confused by is small things moving real fast past them, like a bird flies by them real quick. They're like, oh, what was that? Something like that. As far as teeth, they have 4 molars, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, and they shed those teeth 6 times their lifetime. And those teeth can weigh about 3 pounds apiece. All right, so I think we've had all the questions. I hope we answered everybody's questions. I'm sure we're going to do this again. If you have some more questions, sometimes you want to bring them in, just let Angela know and we'll get them answered for you. But we want to thank you all for hanging out with us here today with the elephants. And don't forget, after everything's said and done, we'd like to see you guys here at the Cincinnati Zoo. You guys have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
See you later.